So really quick, can everybody put a 1 in the chat if you are brand new and you've never been on a live meditation with Herman before?
Yeah.
Put a 1 in the chat, and then if you've been on meditations before, put a 2 in the chat.
What if you haven't done both?
I don't know what you would put for that one. So we have a lot of 2s. There's a few 1s coming in. So just want to let everybody know that's new is this is a special time. It's a wonderful time to kind of tune out anything else that's going on in life and just allow yourself to be calm, be still, and cultivate yourself. Get back to the peace. So we do these meditations for you and to help you. And a couple of tips that we have to share with you to get the most out of it is to participate and to be interactive, right? We got a chat here. We're going to ask some questions along the way. So we love to hear your answers. Also, going along with that, pop your video on. You will gain more from the meditation. If you've ever seen, videos of Herman and what he's able to do, then you will benefit, even greater with your video on. And yeah, just be present, be here. This is going to be a wonderful opportunity for you to see what you're truly capable of. So Herman, anything that you would add to that?
If you're going to be in the closet and you want to watch in the closet, which means no video, hide, not say anything, not type anything, not respond to anything, not participate in anything, there will be no results in that, guaranteed. But if you participate, you follow what we just said, which is very simple, easy steps, then we give ourselves a better chance for some results, right? Your choice. Pretty simple, right?
Very simple.
I like to keep it simple. So how is everybody in the new year so far? Let me know. I want to know how you're doing so far, because what's going to happen today is when we do said exercise or when we do certain things, if you bring certain things to our call, it'll be even more difficult to get to the result. Think of it like baggage, right? When you go to your airline and they weigh your baggage when you check it in and it weighs more than 50 pounds or less now, and you go over that, then they charge you a fee or they tell you that, you got to have to take things out. And so we have to make sure that we only have the necessary weight needed on our flight. So we have to make sure we don't overburden ourselves. Otherwise, we'll never get to the destination. And so that's what we share with everybody here, right? Watch the amount of things that are accumulated or things that are used as baggage and see whether or not it's actually necessary. And if it's not, then you're going to have to remove it, because we need to make sure for everybody else's sake, we keep going in the right direction to get results. That's what it's all about. That's why you're here. Understood?
Understood. Let us know if you understand.
Yeah. So you're going to have to read them, Angelo.
Yeah, we have some understoods in the chat. We have got it. Yes, understood. Everybody can type.
And if you don't type, there's voice now that does the typing, right? So there's no excuse. Did we get an answer from everyone, Angelo, before we start?
Maybe not everybody. So if you haven't typed yet, let us know. I still see the comments coming in.
Good.
So yes, many of us understand, as
Good.
per our comment in the chat.
So for those that are recurring here from last week, we covered one specific topic. Starts with the letter E. Anyone remember? The letter E. And it was a very special day for at least me.
Who remembers? All right. We have Veselina says enlightened. The very first person to type it.
Good. Yeah, correct. And the reason why I'm sharing that is I'm going to share a little story before we go in the exercise, so that when we do the exercise, it should not just be you sit there and just hope, pray, and wish for someone to take away things that we have incurred. We have to do our part, right? So in order for that to happen, we have to understand where it comes from. And for many, they don't truly understand where it comes from. And so it goes like this. Every action we take has a direct implication, has a direct effect, good or bad, negative or positive. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. So same amount of force you do to punch a wall, same amount of force recoils, that most people break their hand. So what happens is when we do certain things, we never look at the reaction. We never see the long-term view of what that current action is going to cause. And then when we do so, we are not able to get what we want, which is a result, because the result we got was what we just felt, what we just received. And so we can't get higher or greater results because that has taken its place. So there is a place in this world, and in this place, there was a little boy who had a father, and the father went up, climb. And this place is literally called Teen Moon, and it's exactly 999 steps. So this little boy's father climbed and climbed, whereas most people, they cannot even get to the first 100 steps because the inclination is extremely steep. So the father goes up and climbs up because he knows he has to go there. There's a reason for it. There's a calling for it. There's something that has to be done because he was told that this is the place you had to go. So he climbs and climbs and climbs. The first 100 steps, half the people already give up. The next 100 steps, the next half of those people give up. The next 300 steps, the next half of that gives up. 400, same thing. 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. And on the last 99 steps, there's less than 9 people. Why is this significant? Because for anyone that knows me, understands that everything that happens has an opposite and equal reaction. So the father tells the little boy that I'll be back. Don't wait up, but I'll be back. So the father climbs all the way to the very peak at the very top. Now the view at the top is very sparse. The view at the top gets better and better every step they want to go. So the father finally reaches the top, and the sun is just about to set. And the thing is, once it starts to set, it becomes extremely dangerous now because there are no lights on the way up those steps. So you have to make a decision. Do you roll down? Do you Humpty Dumpty down? Do you ski down? Do you fall down? Or what do you do? So I'm going to ask everybody here, what do you think the father did once he reached the top? Time is pressing. What do you think he did when he reached the very top?
We have stayed there, waited for the little boy, waited, looked up for his son. He just walked down, waited, wait for the first light. Sit down and go slowly down on his behind, camped till the sunrise, waited for the light and the boy teamed up with the others to find the best way forward, waited for the sun to come back, enjoyed the moment, followed the path back down. He was enlightened.
So one thing you must understand is none of those were even close. You see what he did. What was the purpose of him going for the very top? Where there is no noise, where there is no baggage, where there's no obstruction of the view. And so he went to the very top, and at the very top, that is where he was able to convene with the brightest of those who are enlightened. At the very top of this place, at the peak, and he is convening and congregating with those who are the brightest. He was told to go seek one specific person when he reached the top. The issue is the person does not go by that name to the lay person. So you get tested to see whether or not you were a fluke that you got up there, whether or not you bought someone for the name, whether or not that name just showed up in a book. And so he says the name. So he goes through the first test, meets the first person. Oh, this is the person you asked for. No. Oh, okay, let's see. Everybody has, and when you're Asian, right, everyone has almost the exact same name, right? So when you come back, go get another person. No, that's not the person. Go back, get another person. No, that's not the person. We say, so what person are you looking for? The person that guides everyone here to enlightenment. Not the person who claims they're enlightened. Not the person who claims that they know how to enlighten you. Not the person that broadcasts all enlightened things but knows nothing of, but the person that guides everyone to enlightenment and has virtually no name but goes by many. So the great master comes down himself. And in order for you to see such a great master, all the others that are so-called the gatekeepers have to verify you. So this father gets verified and goes through every single test, and finally meets the one that he seeks. And the master says, you will have two sons, one of yang origin and one of yin origin. So he takes him to this fountain. And in this fountain, it never spills and it's always level. And says, your two sons will be like this yin and be like this yang. They are there to complete what it is that you have started, what it is that you have yet to finish. And so the father says, what do you mean I have to? I'm not going to do that. No. And so it goes on and goes on and goes on. But my father didn't say that he already had a son. Father didn't say he already had two sons. Father didn't say he had any son at all or any family. And the master says, you come from a place of a mystical beginning. And you have to bring back all that you have gained to the original state. Nobody understood what he meant, but that father did. And so the father decided to train. And so the master stood up, and for every motion and every technique the master would give, the father would duplicate. The master gets more intense in every motion and movement, the father duplicates. The master goes into what is the impossible, the father duplicates. So finally, they finish the routine, and the master says, every answer you ever needed, you already have. The only difference is you have to now put the pieces of the puzzle together. So the father says, okay. So he feels that he has it, and he goes down and he goes down and he rushes down the 999 steps, thinking he's going to take all these gifts and all the things that he learned to the sun. But I will tell you one thing. The father doesn't just give and hand it over on a silver platter. The Father has to verify that the Son is worthy of such knowledge, such wisdom, such experience. And if you know anything of the ancients that come before us, and if you know anything of the elders that have came before us, they always line up, not to the son that you have of blood. They line every single structure they have to the sun in its infancy on the equinox. And when that sun is in its infancy in the equinox, it shows up in a very specific way on what the structure will show as a shadow or show as a shape. And so all of the people who live on this planet have very few knowledge, very few understanding of where we come from. And so we're going to show you a little exercise to show you that if you follow the instructions that are given, if you follow what we're going to do and the directions to the exact specificity, one day you too will allow the sun to give you the results and shine upon you. That then it will reveal itself as its master and show you the way. And then when it shows you the way and shares the way, and someone has embodied that and then shares that with you and becomes your lighthouse, your job is to make sure that you do not waste a single ounce of the gift that you are given. And if you can embody that, you will get results that you never thought possible. And so the son now grows up and grows up and grows up, but to the Father, he's still the little boy. To the Father, he will never, ever stop being that little boy. And that little boy is able to expand everything that was ever given beyond your imagination, beyond what we even conceptualize as our history. Because a lot of the things are mystified or hidden in mystery to only those that know how to access a key and have a key to unlock those mysteries. And so when we do the exercise today, make sure there is no distraction. Make sure that that camera is on. Make sure that you and us are the only thing here. Make sure you are connected so that when we reach the top of the pinnacle of those 999 steps, that you didn't fall off on the way, that you took every breath necessary and you followed the instructions and directions to get to the top. So, for those that are new, what do we mean when we say assume the position, everyone? What do we mean by that? For those that are recurring and returning.
We have straight spine, back straight, sit straight, no distractions around you, posture straight, hands on the lap, no gaps in the fingers, feet flat on the ground if sitting, sit straight, hands on the lap, have nothing within arm's length, back straight, feet flat on the ground, or crossed and palms up.
Okay.
No gang signs.
Good. So when we're about to play this, your job is to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and your only job is your breath. I'm doing all the heavy lifting. We're doing everything we can to provide the experience, but your job is to ensure now that you're ready to receive. You need to be the receiver. We're going to transmit something that allows you to receive even greater, but you have to make sure the receiver is switched on. Everybody understand? Good? Ready to begin? We're going to focus the breath. We're going to begin in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So as most of you must know by now, life is full of tests. Life is full of obstacles. And every year, we are told to create a resolution. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't work. Why? Because you waited too long. The only way you're going to allow this new year to be great and grand is that when the problem first shows itself, reveals itself, you must fix it then and there. You must take the first step to create the solution, take the first step to address it, take the first step to no longer run and no longer hide. Your job now is to follow this basic instruction and watch what happens. Take what you just did together here with me, with your brothers and sisters. Apply just this one simple little thing and watch what happens in your life. Watch what happens in your results. And I can tell you, this is something that they should have always put in the forefront of our education. But what do we wait for? The final exam, the midterm. That's when we have been marked the heaviest. But we are actually being marked instantaneously with pop quizzes. That by the time we get to a bigger result, it is only because we have conquered all the little steps up those 999 steps. And if you truly understood life, it never is in the same sentence as easy. But life in itself is in a sentence all on its own. That's why it's so beautiful. So to everybody here, if you can stop running and stop hiding and follow just that one basic instruction today, start today, right now. Don't wait till the next year, the next year, the next year. It will never, ever happen. But you start right here, right now with this one simple instruction. Do that for 7 days, 14, 21, 28. And then you tell me what has changed in your life. You tell me what has happened in your life. Because we have a big announcement for the new people, and it's going to be something that this is setting you up for. So Angelo, what are we going to do? What are we going to say? Are we going to share some of those details? Are we going to share with everybody as to what we have been planning for so long?
Do you want those details? Let us know. We need some feedback in the chat. Type a yes. The more enthusiasm, the more we share. How about that?
That's fair.
There we go. Now we start to get some all caps, exclamation points. Adam is super pumped. All right, Herman, is that enough? Is that enough yeses in the chat?
That's up to you. I don't see the chat, so it's on your call.
Come on, guys, make this an easy decision for me. All right, we will share. So for the first time in 3 years, we have an upcoming live in-person experience with Herman for a full weekend.
Not excited? Okay, well, we'll call it here. Don't want it? That's okay. You don't want the details? We'll call it here.
So let us know in the chat. I see a lot of excitement. I see details. Awesome. Marie says, I know I'll be there in February. This is going to be epic. Yes, details, please. Details, please. Let's go.
So Angelo, you got the details?
Yes.
How about you share some of those details, and if you can get the link ready?
Absolutely. So this event is called Ignite Your Light. Ignite your light, because inside of us, I believe we all have a light. And one thing that I learned from Herman is that when you look at a brand new baby, the reason why like we all call them so cute is because they're full of that light. But as Herman just mentioned, the one thing about life is it's full of tests and obstacles. And I feel that without the proper understanding, knowledge, guidance, wisdom, you fall trapped to those. And then that light inside just gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. To the point that if you look at a lot of people today, like they don't look like they have any life inside of them. So we want to reinvigorate all the light and all the life inside of you and give you your life back. That is why we're doing this experience. You get to immerse yourself in a full weekend with Herman, doing live meditations, live healing exercises, kind of like what we did today, but we're not going to be on Zoom. We're going to be in the same room together. Imagine that. And that is just one thing that we're going to be doing. We're covering so many things at this event. Herman, can you share maybe a couple of little teasers of what this event is going to do for somebody, and maybe some things that you have planned?
Well, I can't give everything away, but what I can say is we have something specifically designed for everyone. So I'll give an example. Let's say you want the healing portion of it. That's great. But let's say to someone else, there's not much that they really have to heal, because maybe their recoil, their results, they took action in the right way. So there was not so many, how we say, rebound results that were not very nice. So maybe they have less that they need to heal through. Maybe they have less trauma. Maybe they have less things. And so the idea of this was created and designed for everyone. So let's say you want to heal. That's great. Let's say healing is not the main focus, but let's say the main focus is something else, but you need to, let's say, heal a wallet. That's all I ever hear from people now, right? We want to focus and help with that. We want to make sure that we put money in your pocket. We want to show you how to put money in your pocket. We want to show you how the pocket should never be empty. We want to show you how to make sure the pocket, like, you know how to find the pockets. You know, a lot of clothes today, they don't have pockets anymore, right? So you want to make sure you have some pocket to put something, right? So we really want to help you with that, right? And let's say that's something that you're not really interested in. Well, there's something that everybody's interested in. What do we do? What do most people do 2 to 3 times a day?
They eat.
Oh, okay. Some people, they do more, right? Some people's nonstop. It's maybe like 10 times a day, right? So why we're saying this is we have specifically designed the most enchanting experience of a meal together. And I don't want anyone that has ever been to a meal with me to give anything away, but I will say this. When you join me for that meal, you will have tasted things you never knew existed. You would have had things you never knew what it was doing for you. And you would have never known the value of the properties of what it is that you're supposed to be having. That is not found on Google, not found on any encyclopedia, not found in any medical books. And when you have that meal with me, you would question what you have been doing or eating for most of your life. That's what people tell me. And I'm here to tell you what they're telling me. And I want to change what it is that you are doing or put it inside of you so that you maximize the most out of your life. And to me, that is where it all starts. And if we don't have the right fuel, What are we using to get ourselves to the destination where the results are, or to the targets that we set, or the goals that people tell you you have to make in the new year? You're not going to achieve any because you don't have the right fuel. But you put the right fuel in, you follow the basic, simple little things we do and did today. And when we do it at the event, you will see how simple and easy it is to get a result in the right direction. But you will see how we keep putting ourselves in the worst position as to where we don't get any results. And then we want to, what do? We take a finger and we go this way. We take another finger and we go this way. We take another finger and we go this way. We want to blame all the other things instead of facing it. And that has to change in this lifetime. And if we can change that sooner, the results come easier. It's just that simple. Did everyone click the link? Let us know in the chat.
Just posted the link for everybody to click on to get some more details, to connect with us. So what we will do is we will get in touch with you to share all the details, all the logistics, all the fun stuff, and help you personally. Like, we have the best of the best care team to help you and support you in being able to join us. So we value each and every one of you. We want to make sure all of you are cared for and always taken care of, and that your experience is paramount. So click on that link. It's not going to kick you out of Zoom, so you can click on it right now while we're on. We will stay on for a little bit longer and, you know, answer any other questions or share anything else. But go ahead and do this now to show that you are serious and that you want to be there, right? People that do it the quickest and the first, those are the ones that tend to get the best results.
Now, we only have a limited amount of space because I can't just go and take a wall and then extend it, right? So we want to make sure we offer it to everyone here first before it goes to everybody else in the general public. So we want to make sure that you take advantage of it so that then you have the space at the hotel that's nearby. You have the space in the space up front at the table. You have the space to make sure you're ready to go. But we want to make sure that everyone has the best experience. So our team is here to help you find the right place if you can't find it, to help you logistically on what's the best route to take, and show you kind of like what's around the area so that you can then plan ahead of time to make sure that you have the best possible experience. And this is something, if you ever gone to other events, no one helps you. No one tells you this is the best hotel. No one tells you this is the best place to eat. No one tells you this is the best place to go. No one does that. No one helps you group together so that you save the whole cost to get to. No one does that. We're going to do that because we're different like that.
Yeah, you buy your ticket and you're on your own. Now, you guys mean much more to us. So this is an experience, right? Imagine what 30 minutes on a Zoom call with Herman just did for you. I mean, imagine like 2 days in the same room with like-minded people. So I can tell you that every time people come to these experiences, I mean, they're just blown away by the breakthroughs that they came and they didn't even like plan on having or expect that they were going to have. I can tell you, whatever's in your mind right now, like, you are going to come to this event. You're going to be truly fulfilled, meet some of the most amazing, kind people, truly understand what it's like to feel fulfilled and happy. And you will walk away completely renewed and completely ready to, you know, really take your life in the direction that you want to take it, and not just let the days or let the years pass by, right? You really need to prioritize the betterment of yourself, your enlightenment, your spirituality. Prioritize that, because this is really a unique opportunity. And I promise you, you will thank us that you made the decision to come. And I'm speaking from experience. I was in your shoes before, went to my first event before, and I know from experience, and I know from all the people that I've met at the events.
So Angela, how many events have you gone to so far then?
I would like to think every event since July 2nd, 2016.
How many is that? So people understand. So
maybe let's see, there was an event in Miami. There was a few events in LA. There was an event in Mexico. There was one in Toronto. There was a couple in Michigan, probably 7 or 8.
Now, I'll say this to you. The person that he was at the very beginning to the person he is now sitting here, very, very different. So the person you are, if this is your first event, can you imagine what the first event is going to do for you when you have that experience that he's had for how many events he's had in total? And this is your first one. I can promise you, you've never been to an event like this before. And he's there to verify, since he went to every single one he claims, right? So he can verify that every single one, there's no, well, we're going to call it this one, and we're just going to repeat the same one. No event is ever the same. Not with me.
It's so different. I don't know if anybody has ever been to events before, and like, I'll share this really quick. Like, you know, you listen to some speakers and you know, it sounds good. It's motivational. You know, they got their slides or whatever they planned and prepared to share. Events with Herman are a lot different. And the reason why I believe they're a lot different is because you're really not getting something that has been regurgitated, something that you can learn on YouTube or on Google. I mean, the story Herman shared today is a prime example that what he's sharing with us goes way beyond something that can just like information or something that can just be like Googled or YouTubed. Like what Herman is sharing with us is true knowledge and wisdom, things that have been applied, things that have been passed down for generations. So when Herman gets up there and shares with us what he's going to share with us and helps us in the ways that he's going to help us, it's not something he memorized. It's not something he is reading off his slides. It's something that is like, it's just him. I remember one time we planned an event, and I remember like Herman was supposed to speak for 3 days, and he had like, I swear it was like 3 bullet points. Like we obviously planned and prepared, but I'm just sharing with you, like, it's just, you're getting the realest and most authentic experience. So it's just fascinating. Hopefully that was relevant, and hopefully that provided some value for everybody.
And one thing I will say is most people, they don't come with a notepad. They don't come with a pen. They don't come with all those things to our event, because that's not what it's about. It's all about interaction. It's all about experience. It's all about building what it is that we're there to build. See, a lot of people, they have, when you go to other events, notepad stick, pen is running out. The notepad is smart. We're not so smart. Phone is smart, call smartphone, we're not so smart. TV smart, call smart TV, we're not so smart. Car is smart, call smart car, we're not so smart, right? So why am I saying this is because we start to lose what makes us special. And we depend on now AI, we depend on others to speak for us, think for us, do everything for us. We're going to lose who we are. And if we lose that connection of who we are, then we will forever be lost. I really want to make that change, and I really want to give that to everybody here. Questions?
Let us know, what questions do you have? So there's a lot that's going to be going into this experience. There's a lot of things that you're gonna learn and gain. A lot of different topics. So let us know in the chat. And in terms of like location and tickets and, you know, all that kind of stuff, just click the link and we will get on a call with you, and we'll just share all the details with you and make sure that all of your questions are taken care of. And if you need a little bit of hand holding, that's what we're here for.
Thank you.
So I just posted the link again, so definitely go there. If this is, you know, even if you're like on the fence and you're like, I don't know if this is like right for me, I don't know if you're having those thoughts, but if you are, you can still click the link, right? And we're happy to just verify and, you know, share anything else and answer any questions you have, right? We have people that have been like begging for this, you know, for many, many, many years. And now we're finally able to do this and provide such an experience.
And we may not have another one for a long time. So that's why I'm saying, do not miss this. I have people who just confirmed with me they're coming from Dubai, Singapore, coming from, we have a whole hockey team from Sweden, right? We have, where else are we coming? Austria, we have Germany, we have everywhere. Why? Because they know we don't do this very often. We don't want you to miss out. We want to make sure we've given you the chance. It's up to you what you're going to do with those chances now. Questions?
Let us know if you got any other questions.
It's all about you.
So we have immersive transformation. It's not a question. Sounds energetic, like Dr. Joe Dispenza. This is very different. I just wanted to make that clear.
I'll share one thing with everybody, and I'm not saying anyone's bad. That's not what we're here about, okay? I'm not saying that at all. We didn't say that. Someone else brought up the name. I just have to clarify this. So we do something called one-on-ones. Basically, someone gets on a call, they want help with me specifically, whether that be in a group setting, personal, whatever it may be. Where do most of the people from one-on-ones come from? Anyone know? People that go to those other events. Why? Because when people all gather in a room to meditate and the person claims certain things, but they can't control the room, they can't provide a safe experience, they cannot provide an experience that makes sure everyone has the best experience possible without any recoil or ramifications from things that you cannot see, then they need to get help. And so we have to make sure that when we do things, we do it the right way. We don't do it in the name of science and then give everybody a bad experience. We have to do it in the name of what it was designed for and give everyone the greatest experience.
Absolutely. The only reason I read that comment is to really just clarify for that person and for anybody else, just how what we do is just a bit different.
It's like we said many times before, Angelo, right? You're Italian from Italy, right? So which part of Italy is your family from?
From Sicily, and then also from like northern Italy.
Okay, so let's say
San Vittore.
Okay, there we go. So when we want the best pizza, do we go to England?
No.
If you want the best pizza, do you go to the North Pole?
No.
Want the best pasta? You go to like South Pole? Where do we go for the best Italian food?
We go to Italy.
Why is that?
It's where it's most authentic, the source.
Correct. So why are we saying this? Well, you want to learn meditation. Where does meditation originate from? North Pole, South Pole, no pole? Where does it originate from?
You have China, the East.
Correct. Asia, the Far East. And one thing you must understand is we have to go to the source to get the right source, so that when we use and practice the right source with the right facts, we get the right result. We do it in the wrong source with the wrong facts, we will get the wrong result. Make sense? I'll give an example. Someone I had a call with went to other people's events, and at that event, this person claimed to do certain things. Not naming the name, just sharing with you. So let's say we put 1,000 people in a room and all those people were supposed to meditate together. Well, the people in the front row start shaking, cannot open the eyes, have no control over the body, start going through stuff's coming out of the mouth. All these bad things that you would think basically the EMS thinks someone's having a diabetic heart attack, right? So everyone in the front row starts having not the greatest experience. Now, the person that I know sat in the very far back because they had no clue what they were going into. They were just like, well, I'm just here to see, right? Someone invited me. I'm just here to see. I have no clue what this is about. So they go there. They went to this experience. I think it was like 2 days. They said they have never felt so heavy or so in the wrong place at the wrong time than that. And the reason being is because those people basically became almost what you may call possessed. They had no control, no control, no control. And why I'm saying that is the person leading is supposed to, number one, what's the first rule? Protection and safety. They didn't protect and keep everyone safe because they don't fully understand the authenticity of it. Second rule, you have to make sure that the person is guided so that they don't go to places that they're not ready for or places they shouldn't go. Third rule, you have to make sure they know how to find their way back. If you break any of those 3 rules, then is it meditation? See, until I said that, no one knew those rules. No one practices those rules. No one reinforces those rules. And so they just think I'm going to sit here and money's going to hit me in the face. It's going to rain, right? Not going to happen. We have to practice things in the right manner with the right facts to get the right result. And you do so, then you will not fall for the tricks that other people want to play on you. Pretty simple.
Understood. Everybody else understand? Got a thumbs up from George. Very good.
Any other questions before we go? Just want to make sure everything's very clear.
Very clear. Clear. Thank you, Herman. Understood. All clear.
Now, before we go, if there are no other questions, are there any other questions, Angelo? I just want to make sure before I say this. None? Okay.
No other questions.
Before we go, the person that climbed those stairs may or may not be at the event. They may or may not be in person, may or may not be sharing a few things, but you will just have to click that link and find out. It's just that simple. Did you want to post the link one more time before we go, Angelo?
Yep, I'm posting it right now.
Anything you want to share before we go?
Well, Herman, how can I share after what you just said? That's incredible. So I just want to say we appreciate everybody for being here, right? If you enjoyed the experience, take the next step, click the link, let's get in touch. In some way, shape, or form, we're going to make your life better because that's our mission. So we got your back. Click the link. Herman, thank you for today, and thank you for the story that you shared. I don't know about everybody else, but that was an incredible story filled with so many lessons, and we appreciate you sharing that.
And you don't fully understand the whole story. There's a lot of things in it that if you really listen and narrow in on the words, they are used what we call as a little cryptic to see whether or not you can understand what they mean when they're said as how they were supposed to be meant to be said in terms of the context. So that's good that you felt that, but I want to expand and say, maybe when we're at the event, maybe we go a little further in the understanding of what was shared. Just maybe. Just maybe the person might actually be there. Just maybe something of a big surprise might happen. Maybe something might show up. Maybe something may be that you least expected. I don't know. I'm just going to have to click the link.
All right, so let me put the link one more time. All right, we look forward to seeing you all there. Look out for our reach out to you. We will be giving you a call, checking in, and sharing more with you, sharing more exciting things. So make sure you pick up the phone, and I can't wait to speak to you.
So if you have already joined, let us know in the chat. If you've already gotten the ticket, you've already gotten the hotel, you've already gotten the plane, you're already all set, you set up all your logistics, let us know in the chat. We want to celebrate you.
Yes. Marie says joining. Alan says on the way.
Alan was on the way since back 3 years ago.
Alan's been on the way since the last event. We have I'm in. Flight is booked from Anna Corinne. Beautiful. Anna is working on it. Let's go, Anna. We have yes, got the tickets, join and counting the sleeps now. We have yes, yep, all set. Tickets, flights, and housing already set for myself, parents, and uncle. Beautiful.
So before we go, has anyone ever truly felt what it means to feel like a VIP when we use that word? Has anyone ever truly felt that? I'll give an example. Have the red carpet been rolled out for you when you get out of a car? Has white glove service brought you a hot towel to make sure your hands are always nice and moist and clean? Have you had someone attend to your every single whim with that, just with an eye glance? Have you ever had someone serve you at the highest of levels before? Let me know.
We have once, not really, probably not. Nope, ain't that lucky yet.
It's nothing to do with luck. It all has to do on whether or not you're going to show up. What did we say today? As soon as you face the obstacle of the test, you face it. No running, no hiding, right? So that when you do so now, you get closer and closer and closer. So what I want everyone to understand is when you come to the event, and you'll have to pick up the phone or answer or get in contact with our team, but we have something very special for those that want that experience, unlike any other. I've traveled the world, I'm telling you, around the world. I'm bringing you the highest version, the highest class, the highest integrity of service. And that's what we want to make sure that this entire experience is something you're never going to forget, something you're going to remember for the rest of your life. Any questions before we go?
No questions. I think everybody's eagerly awaiting their call now.
All right. Don't miss it. Okay. We will see you at the event if you have already gotten it. And for those that are waiting for the call, we will see you soon. All right.
All right. Thank you, Herman. Thank you, everybody.
Happy New Year. Have a wonderful
Happy New
rest
Year.
of the day, everyone. Take care.